So we are going to look at the strings tone on the keyboard. The strings tone on the keyboard. The string has a style of play, so you should therefore get time to understand. Every artist has a style of singing, and if you are a string player, you should understand this thing. Any artist on stage, you have to get the artist his style. If not, he will not flow. And if care is not taken, he will disgrace you, or you will disgrace yourself. Because every tone on the keyboard has a style of play. The same thing applies to every artist on stage has their style of singing. So you should be in the shoe of the artist. Don't play to please yourself. We are playing to please God. We are playing to glorify the name of God. Yes. So assuming Edamreku is on stage, you have to know the kind of strings for him. Assuming Dometel, Siotin, Koda, etc. are on stage, you should know the kind of strings to play. Yes, let's get into it so that we know how to select. There will be a point in time where you will need to be running the strings this way. I have taught on this thing before. Now, before we get into this one, let's look at something here. There are some notes and chords that are familiar. So when you are playing the strings, there's no need moving too much on the keyboard. One of them is Do and Mi are almost like the same. So when you are doing the strings, at times when a song comes to a Mi, you just at the one, you just come into a 3 or a Mi in your left, just straight. At times when the song is at a fa and it's coming to a 2, don't worry taking the right hand, or don't worry moving the right hand again. Just come into your 2 in your left straight. At times when the song is coming to a 5, relax in the 5. Maybe it's at a 2 coming to 5. You just come to a 5, or come to a 5 in the left. You see. So all that I did was 1, a 3 on a 1, 4, a 2 on a 4, then a 5, a 5 still on the 4, before maybe I come to my 5 to a 1, so that the strings will move sequentially. They won't be overlapping. It won't be too much it won't be too much on the keyboard. So let's take this local song. Mesuro Bibi, Mesuro Bibi, Mesuro Bibia. Let's do it again. So let's take this one. Mesuro Bibi 1, Mesuro So all that I did, my right hand played only the 1, the 4, and the 5, but the left did so many works. See, so Mesuro Bibi, Mesuro Bibi, Mesuro Bibia, if you say your team also see no yes, it's your the same thing when let's assume that maybe Edamreku or Patience Naku or Francis Amon is on stage, or okay, let's take like but Sami is on stage. You see they will need this because that will make them flow. But there are other artists that when you are playing this way, they can't really flow. So you should get to know your strings playing so that you will not play to please yourself. so that you allow the worshiper to be in the mood of worship, or you make the particular genre to sound like the genre itself. Yeah. So this is when it becomes necessary to know some of these things. Yes. This is a 6, 7 to a 1. The same 6, 7 to a 1. When you play it this way for someone, he might be okay. But when you sound it this way to some artists, you sound very, very wide for them. They feel the groove. So this is where when you learn these things, you can fuse and blend them. You can fuse and blend them so that your course will not look one way. But you should always understand that the strings playing is a whole work on its own. It's a very difficult task, because if you don't move well, you will spoil a song for an artist. Because when they are on stage, they are different altogether. Assuming someone like Sonny Badu, when you're playing a strings for Sonny Badu, you should sound like a contemporary style of playing. When you are playing for someone like Enesopoku, Francis Amu, etc., Enesopoku, Brother Sami, yes, Brother Sami, their own, the strings really have to talk, just like the miracle style of them, the miracle style of worship. You get it? You should sound this way for them. Whilst others, you should sound some way. Yes, you should know how these things really works. Let's take this song. Let it rain all over me. Let it rain all over me. This is so powerful. If this is so good, if this is so powerful, let it rain, let it rain all over me. Let it rain. You see how I was moving, and the spoken is singing this same song. Let it rain. Let it rain. It is your power. It is your glory. It is your power. Let it rain. You see how we're going. But let's look at how we will sound if, assuming Joe or Sonny Badu himself is singing this same song. You will see that the strings players, let it rain all over me. Let it rain all over me. This is your power. If this is your glory, if this is your power, presence, let it rain. If this is your glory, if this is your power, if this is your presence, let it rain. So you see that they differ in the strings playing. Yes, the mechanics changes. They change the gears to somewhere. So when a program and you invite state artists, you see that when the instruments are being played, everyone has his or her own genre, but the strings has so many works. So you should get to know. You should get to know so that you will not be moving too much. Personally, as I'm playing, anytime I play, I used to play the lower registers so that I'll get the simple feel than to run like sometimes it distracts me a lot. So simple. Yes. So these are some of the things. When you are at a 1 and you want to go to a 2, just at your 1, in the mood of the strings, just come to a 3 here. So simple play. When you are playing the strings and you want to go to a 3 to a 4, at your 1, you just move to a 3 whilst your right is in the 1, you come to a 4. When you want to come to the 2, when the song is coming to a 2, you just stay at your right hand chord, you come to a 2 on your left. Then the 5, you move to the 5 before your right comes. Sometimes it works this way nice. Moreover too, we can be playing these close chords so that you look the genre will look familiar, like you fit into the genre or what you want to play. See, this one alone is a lot. Then we have this kind of our local style too. Yes. So you should know the difference and how you are going to fit within, how you are going to put your hands, because some people pressure the strings as if you don't play it this way, you are not good. But you can just silence them.